Okay, y'all, it is day 7 of 12 days of Cookiemas.
Yes.
If we sound tired, it's because we are.
We're exhausted.
Because we have been doing all the cookie legwork for you because we want you to have an amazing baking experience this
Well, we also want to
holiday.
make sure that the cookie is really good. If we're going to tell you everything we do at FoodFAQ, we're making it.
Well, yes. Like that day, maybe sometimes.
Right. Like right before we record.
Yeah, because we can't talk about things that we don't know.
Mariela and I are on FaceTime making
Saturdays.
shit.
Yeah, we baked last night together.
Yeah. 10 o'clock at night, we're baking on FaceTime.
Being middle-aged content creators is a lot of fucking hard work.
What did I say to you the other night? Once upon a time this time on a Saturday night, we'd be out to dinner right before we went to clubs and bars.
Yeah.
And now we're in our pajamas baking.
You're like, I'm in my underwear. I'm like, ditto.
Yeah. I've known you for 30 years, so I figure I could be in my underwear while I'm baking.
I don't care. I wear an apron because I'm a lady.
You did.
I'm a lady. Anyway.
But
okay.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Of course.
This is exactly the transitions of life.
We get gray and we bake.
That's what we do. Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Maybe it's because I'm older. I don't really miss the partying. I like being at home.
Me too.
Baking.
My underwear.
Just saying, I don't miss the crazy nights of debauchery and.
Oh, me neither. The other day we went on like a fancy dinner and I had a cocktail, which I haven't drank in forever. And I had a rum and coke and I was like, oh my God, I was so tired afterward, Eric, that I was like, I am useless after 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm like, and if you give me a drink, fucking A, I could not wait to go home.
I come home from work and I get in pajamas immediately. I'm at that level. In all fairness, I leave my home like at 8:30, 9 o'clock and I'm not home till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, but
yeah, my husband does the same thing. He comes home dirty and shit and he still puts on his like little comfy pants. He just wants to be comfy as soon as he comes home.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
Anyway, so today we are talking about the only cookie that matters, the queen of cookies, and it's not Eric.
Queen of cookies. It's not Eric. Not this time. I am the queen of cookies, but I am not the queen cookie, which is this one.
Queen cookie, which is CCC.
The fuck is CCC?
Chocolate chip cookie.
Oh yeah, that one. It's
Queen.
Delicious.
She's the best cookie. If you never gave me another cookie again, I'd be fine. In fact, if you never gave me another dessert again, I'd be fine because I can have a chocolate chip cookie, but a good one.
If it's made right.
Right. It has to be a little salty. It has to be soft in the middle. It has to be slightly crispy in the edges. It has to be like brown butter, caramel tasting. There's a lot of attributes. Oh, and I like different shapes and sizes of chocolate.
So let me tell you, I no longer use chocolate chips out of a bag. I don't use morsels anymore.
Okay.
I get a big chocolate bar and I cut it up.
Yeah.
And you know, it's so funny. Trader Joe's, at least for me, has like the best chocolate bars to buy, to bake with. First of all, they're massive.
Yes.
So you get multiple batches out of them. But they're so good.
I like their chocolate. And you know who else makes good chocolate? Aldi has a blue bar that I buy. It's like a milk chocolate, which I don't even like milk chocolate, but their milk chocolate is really superb. And I buy the big bars and I cut it up and I put it in there. But you know what I've been doing? Like if I make cookies for kids, I'll chunk up some of the bars, but then I'll also add mini chocolate chips. I think mini chocolate chips in a chocolate chip cookie adds like a little je ne sais quoi. Your
Just
favorite.
Just keep going.
No, but you know what I like about it? That it kind of, they melt into nothingness. It's like little dots and pockets of chocolate amongst the pools that the chunked chocolate leaves. So I kind of like that. But just straight up chopped chocolate is fucking awesome.
That's how I make all my cookies from now on.
Yeah, it is so good.
I used a Cadbury bar the other day.
Was it good?
It was amazing. It was so good.
Did it have caramel in it?
No.
Huh.
No,
that would be kind of gross.
Well, it wouldn't like really keep the shape of it wouldn't be gross, but it wouldn't.
It would be good.
It would just blend into the dough.
Yeah, it would. You know what? It would probably make it hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. We have talked about chocolate chip cookies before, but honestly, I felt like we had to talk about them now because there is no talk of cookies without this cookie.
I agree.
And we have a favorite recipe that I'll repost on the show notes here that you can use. That is honestly the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever made. And I've been making chocolate chip cookies since I was, I don't know, 14.
I think the first cookie I ever made.
Yes, me too. The first cookie I ever made.
Chip. It was like the back of the Toll House recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate chips are the first one I ever made.
I remember I had a friend who was like, oh, I tried to make that recipe and it doesn't work. And I was like, how does it not work? Like, it's on the back of the Nestle Toll House package. It must work. And I did it with her and she was like, what kind of sorcery is this? It's delicious. I'm like, you just didn't know how to follow the recipe on the package. It's easy. And that's how I started making cookies, I think. Now that I think about it.
100-year-old recipe.
Yeah. I mean, and that recipe is great, right? But you can always, class the joint up a little bit,
The recipe that we're linking here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple really cool things about it.
Yeah.
So one thing I like about it is it uses a fuck ton of butter and sugar.
Yes.
And this one makes this cookie great.
Yep.
What I like about it is that you're going to basically cook it at 2 different temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, at one point, this recipe is going to tell you to actually take the cookie pan out and bang it on your stovetop. Do it because it stops the rise of it.
Yes, and it creates craggly crags on top where the salt
I like about this cookie too.
goes.
It adds a little water to it, which is so interesting.
I know.
These cookies are going to be big.
Big.
And they're going to be crispy on the outside, but they're going to be chewy on the inside.
Yes.
Now, this recipe, I will say, says for 6 ounces of chocolate. Fucking, I did 12.
Yeah, at least.
I actually doubled the chocolate on here.
Yeah. I buy the handfuls. Today I made it again and I just put like a fuck ton. Honestly, it was just
right. I don't listen to the whole 6 ounce of chocolate thing. I don't think that's enough chocolate.
Yeah, I'm going to change that.
So I throw more chocolate into it.
Yes. And when you look at your dough, right? Remember, like, yes, we follow recipes, but recipes are just like a little loose guideline. They're not like a noose around your neck. When you look at your cookie dough and you think, shit, if I made this little area into a cookie, it would have 0 chocolate in it. Add more chocolate. Get in that.
For me, when I bite into a chocolate chip cookie, I want my mouth full of chocolate.
I like a big mouthful too, Eric.
I know you do, Maddie. I know you do, sweetheart. To me, a chocolate chip cookie, the cookie is just the vessel to eat chocolate.
Yes, but let's not forget that part is also important because it tastes like.
Of course it is.
If you make it if you make it properly, it tastes like caramel.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's also like a very important part that I think people miss out on. Like they just think, oh, it's just chocolate. I think that's why there's so many shitty chocolate chip cookies out in the world, just because people don't pay attention to the batter itself. This
is one of the best recipes ever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I mean,
hands down. And you know what else I want to say about this recipe? I make this shit in bulk, right? And I have it. My preferred method of making cookies is I'll make like a double batch and then I will scoop it. I have a cookie scoop, which I recommend you get. Even if you make cookies on occasion, you can always use it to make meatballs or to like measure out whatever thing you're cooking. I use this cookie scoop everywhere. So anyway, I will line a cookie sheet, a half cookie sheet that I buy at the Dollar Tree, by the way, which I think they're freaking awesome. They're good for food prep. I will line it with parchment paper and then I'll just scoop all my cookies out, right? And then I'll put it in the fridge overnight. And if I'm going to bake that next day, I'll just take them straight from there. And then whatever's left over, I will freeze them in a Ziploc bag in their little cookie dough balls. And in my opinion, I don't know if you've done this, Eric, but they taste so much better when you bake them from frozen than from any other state.
I wonder if it has to do with kind of like making like a pasta sauce. It's better the next day because the ingredients have time to come together. What is interesting about this dough, I will say, this dough does not require refrigeration. And I've done it both ways. I've done it without refrigeration. I've done it with refrigeration. Tonight I did them with refrigeration and they're fantastic.
So good. And I find from the frozen, what happens is that they keep their shape a little more mounded, like they're thicker, and they stay a little bit softer on the inside. So I don't know if you got to freeze some of this cookie dough, KK, and see what you think.
My freezer is so packed full of shit. But I did something special with these cookies, Mariela.
What did you do?
Well, we talked about putting them in the refrigerator, not in the refrigerator. Well, I put them in the refrigerator. I wanted to make it a little bit more decadent. I loved it. And It's a little different. It's a little basic still. Everybody's done this, but Mariela, I stuffed it with Nutella and it was delicious.
I stuffed it too.
Did you like it?
It's good, but I don't think it's necessary. But
it's necessary.
I'm not you. You're like a give me fucking sweets, every orifice possible person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like that.
Caramel would have been good there too.
Oh, you know what though? Like a caramel chew.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have worked.
So you just take the dough and just flatten it on your hand. Put a dollop of Nutella. I put the Nutella in the refrigerator also.
Yeah.
Put a dollop of Nutella and then form the cookie around it, roll it into a ball and bake it.
Yeah.
People are doing this all the time, but I'm telling you, I've never done it homemade and it's fucking delicious.
It was good. I mean, it was definitely good. I made it and my husband was like, okay, fine. I can do this. But he's like, don't fuck around with it too much because these cookies are perfect. He was like, why are you guys fucking around with it? That's how good they are. Then if you stuff them with Nutella, your husband's like, it doesn't need this, baby. It's already beautiful.
Yeah, Ryan was okay with it.
Yeah. And can he eat that? Because it has hazelnuts.
He can have hazelnuts.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was kind of worried.
He can't have peanuts.
Oh, I tried it with peanut butter too. I do not recommend it. It's not good. It's not good.
You probably use some like ridiculous organic peanut butter.
I didn't actually. It's like the freaking Aldi peanut butter. Really nothing special. It's like, you know, you can find that peanut butter literally anywhere. It is not organic. And I did not like it. And my husband, who is a peanut butter lover, didn't like it either. I didn't like it. But listen, maybe you will. I don't know. You know what I think also would help? Freezing the cookies once they're stuffed, I think would be even cooler. And then baking them.
You just want an excuse to freeze cookies.
I feel like freezing cookies is like 2.0 of refrigeration. Honestly. You gotta try it. But you never make it to the freezer because you make fucking cookies. I remember I made a batch of cookies at your house and I'm like, how many do I make? And you're like, the batch. And I'm like,
who makes like 2 or 3 cookies and walks away?
Me. I do that.
No, make the whole fucking batch. That's why you got cookies for a couple days.
No, I'd rather have cookies for weeks. That's what I do. I have 3 or 4 and then I freeze them and then I'll have 3 or 4 the following week or whatever. That's the way I do it.
That's a control problem.
It's not. It's like I only like one of those cookies. Like if I eat 2 of them, I get sick because it's too much sugar. Like I have a sugar sensitivity, I feel. Fuck you with that face, okay?
The fuck are you talking about? It's my sick face. Like what the fuck? I'm stuffed up from head to toe.
Listen, I want to tell you something that is rocking my world right now.
Tell me.
I just received an email from, I think it was Bon Appetit magazine, saying that National Cookie Day is on December 4th.
Well, damn.
We're fucking doing it. Like we're doing, and I didn't even know it. We're celebrating Cookie Day. Like
you got me so excited for a minute. I thought you were saying they were reaching out to us because they want to hire us as consultants and we're going to leave our day jobs.
Number 2 is
got you.
Okay. Subway, you know how they make cookies, right?
Yeah.
They're introducing for National Cookie Day a foot-long chocolate chip cookie.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm like, and I looked it up and it looks kind of like an envelope-ish. It's a foot-long cookie. And I thought that was something I should talk about today since we're talking about these chocolate chip cookies.
That's kind of amazing.
I know. Yeah. And they're going to become part of their menu. I haven't been to a Subway in forever and I live near one. And, I always told my daughter how gross they were and how they made yoga mat bread and whatever. And recently I'm like, I want to go to Subway. Do you want to go? And she's like, no, Mom.
Because you made it sound so bad.
I know. And now she refuses to eat there. And when I catch a whiff of that weird bread smell, you know, when they're baking it, I kind of get nostalgic. I want to try it again.
Subway sucks.
It does. It's fucking horrible, but there's something about the smell that like it's bringing me back. I don't know. Anyway.
The meat is just disgusting.
Yes, my husband keeps telling me, but I don't remember it. I have like amnesia. I have meat.
It's disgusting. You can try it. Good luck. Have a good time.
Anyway, so cookies are abound at Subway, okay? 12 foot, not 12 foot.
12 inch.
1 foot cookie.
12 inches a foot, Mariela.
You're the math professional here, not I.
I am.
Anyway, so we're professing our love for the chocolate chip cookie. We are giving you our recipe again in case you missed it, because we did it kind of early on, I feel. We know we have like 80 some episodes, Eric. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's nuts.
We haven't yet been podcasting for 1 year, but it's coming. It's coming 1 year.
In March.
Yeah. So, and we're doing so well. You guys are really loving us. And man, do we love making these shows. We do this when we're so fucking tired every week.
Late at night.
Like we have, big lives, you and I. But we love making this for you. And you guys have been so receptive to us. And I just want to cry a little bit, Eric.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know why I put that accent on, but anyways.
I don't know. Me neither, but it's true. But anyway, chocolate chip cookie, we have lots of tips and tricks. I'm also going to link our old episode for the cookie onto the show notes because I'm sure we were probably slightly more professional in that episode.
Yeah, this episode really had nothing about making it. We're just like, we love the cookies.
We love chocolate chip cookies, and we have a banging recipe for one, which one day I think you and I are going to make it for the world. I feel.
We will.
We're gonna just have chocolate chip cookies only. That's gonna be our shtick.
I'm telling you, you'll see one day
for our bakery.
One day.
Yes, and freeze your cookies. I don't think I talked about that last time, and I'm gonna sing about fucking freezing cookies until the day I die because I think it makes a big difference. And don't make that face at me, Eric.
There's no face. I'm fucking sick. I don't know what face I'm gonna make at you.
I'm sensitive. I think I'm hormone.
That's not new.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Anyway, you guys, we love you. And I think this brings this week to a close.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So
we got one recipe that we're going to talk about. It's a bonus episode, Maddie.
Oh shit, that's right.
We're going to do a bonus.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, this is week 2 of our Christmas cookies extravaganza. And we have one more week left. It's going to fucking be amazing. I'm so excited.
Yes. Because then we're going to talk about like New Year's and shit like that.
It's going to be appetizers and slutty drinks that Eric likes to slop on.
That's right.
Slutty little bitch.
It's my time to shine. My night, guys.
Anyway, you guys, we'll catch up with you next time. Have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye. Anyway, I have to see